do believe the interview is ready, and it will be Puppey joining us. Puppey, congratulations on the win. I don't know if you want to celebrate talking to us, but here you are, going to ask some questions about how you've been enjoying up in Div 1 here and this series specifically against Hustlers.
Div 1's been hard, but to be fair, I think we had a pretty good chance on winning against Gaming Gladiators, and we had a pretty good chance to win against OG. So to be fair, we could have been 3-1 right now, just ended up being 1-3, reverse Uno carded. Happens. You know what you got to do.
Yeah, it really does. You guys were looking fantastic in that GG and OG. Super impressed with what's happened. I want to know how it's been gelling with Armel and Yamich and having Boom go to Pose 3, and how you feel you've really helped the team as the captain there, and what sort of input you've had.
I mean, our games are getting better and better from every game that we play. So basically, there was a time where like Armel is a little bit sick, I got sick, and something like that. Like there was a lot of time where we basically couldn't like figure out the game nicely, or like be very enthusiastic. Can't be much enthusiastic when you're sick. So yeah. Overall, I think every game is just going to look better from now. And I heard somebody talk about like Universal heroes. You don't want to give MVP to Universal? Was that Kezu? Did you say that?
Yeah, you can have Kezu.
No, I said not voice
for it. You can have a chat.
Yeah, I mean,
I said not
Venomancer is Universal, so.
Yeah, it was Lacoste who said don't give it to Universal. I'm just a voice for it hater.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, Lacoste said it, but Venomancer is a Universal hero, so you kind of fucked up there, in my opinion. You gave the MVP to the wrong place.
Whatever.
Where do you think the MVP should have gone, Puppey?
Yeah, me. It's okay. Like, let's give it to me. I guess
that's why I gave it to you. I don't care which hero it is.
2 heroes got denied because of my Gales. Give me the MVP, guys. Come on, give it to me.
Yeah, well played. Well played.
Yeah, I do have one question before I let Kezu and Lacoste run away with it, though. I want to know, you talked about the enthusiasm when you guys are sick and how it's a bit down, but I just want to know enthusiasm about this patch in general of 7.33, and even the micro patches, the current one we're on, 7.33, see how it's sort of fueling you as a drafter and the competition that's going on.
It is the biggest patch I've ever played, and but it doesn't change the fact that we are used to getting big patches, or used to being in a scenario where the game gets all fucked up. So I don't know, like it looked pretty big, and then you start playing it and you just see how all the changes were still kind of minuscule, because the game still ends up being the same and the players adapt to everything. So I don't know, it doesn't really feel anything different, even though the patch is huge. But it's still good that it happened, even though it took a while, because like honestly, it gives a lot of it brings the fun back to Dota when it gets stale. That's the problem about this game. It gets fucking stale. Don't you agree, Kezu? It gets fucking stale, right?
Yeah, that's why.
But now it's not. So it's more fun even when you're losing.
That's good. Kezu, you can go.
All right. Wait your turn, Lacoste. Relax.
Okay. Now go ahead, Kezu.
Yeah, I've got a couple. Has anything changed for you in your last couple of years in terms of how you view on winning a Dota game? Like, on what's the most important part? Has anything of that like changed?
I don't think so, because I don't think I've changed practically at all from the beginning of time. So, if anything. Yeah, these things don't really matter. None of the wins matter until you win TI. So at the same time, all you have to do is just constantly learn about the game. And since a lot of the times, ever since this DPC has started, where it's leagues, it's been more of a what's the next cheese or what's the next thing going on, because the next 2 or 3 days the meta is going to change. It used to be more like, okay, we're going to win the qualifier in 3 days. And you have to figure out everything. Like, it will be much shorter of a span of a time where things happen. Nowadays, if you get a win, it don't matter nothing. It means nothing, because you got a win, and tomorrow or like in 3 days you're gonna lose because somebody just figured out Lina 4 is the most broken shit, and you suck because you didn't figure that out. And it's basically it transforms maybe through how Dota is being like played as. So I guess that has changed, but not necessarily in my opinion. Like I don't want to change myself. It's basically Dota changing itself.
Okay. And how about in terms of you being a captain? Did you have any revelation or anything that you saw someone else do, or something you realized in, like, I don't know, the last 1, 2, 3 years, where you're like, okay, I should do this different, I should do this better to like be the best possible captain I can be for your team?
I mean, of course, because like, or else you just fall behind. You constantly have to learn new things. You constantly have to ask what is great. You constantly have to like be aware of the new things that are happening. If you do not do that, you're just gonna fall behind and be like, never mind.
So what's the one thing that you feel like you improved on the most when it comes to just captainship or whatever?
I don't know how to answer that question, because like if I've improved on something, I should improve more. Like I'm shit right now. I should be better. So I don't know. I wish I could improve more. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about improvements here, I wish I could just improve on improving.
Yeah, good enough.
How did this lineup come together? Because this is definitely not the lineup that people expected to see from Team Secret.
Well, it all comes down to when Armel and Yamich walked into a bar once. And I was like, okay, that's not what happened. Obviously, I was searching for skilled players. It's actually a true story, but it's kind of boring. We just hanged out. And that's how it happened. No, but obviously Armel is a top-notch mid laner, and I just figured, let's go, let's go at it. I also played against Yamich in the last chance qualifier of the TI that was played last year, and he was pretty brutal. And I mean, to be fair, like this team, it's just like any other team that happens in Dota. You just kind of make it, you vibe on it, you feel it, you see if you win or not, and that's about it. Like we all just kind of like, everybody these days is they all have some kind of like shared goal. Not many people are toxic anymore or some shit. Like back in the day, I feel like 2012 or whatever, you got like PGGs running around doing crazy shit all the time or whatever. Like you don't kind of see that anymore, to be fair. So I don't know. Everything seems to be like, you just kind of like pick players that you think are good at Dota and see how it goes, because everybody's kind of nice to each other anyway. You don't really have these conflicting personality disorders or something like that, or like somebody just wants to come up drunk every day or some shit that that I don't think that happens anymore. You got to be really nerdy in Dota in order to succeed.
Well, throughout your whole career, you've always been on top, and like after finishing second at the last TI, you dropped down to Division 2. Like, did it affect how you see things? Well, like, what are some of the changes that you maybe made coming into this new DPC tour?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the lowest point I've ever been when I went to Div 2, but at the same time, it's the lowest I've been yet. So well, it can go worse. Basically, like, to be fair, I don't really care. Like the question of like stopping to play Dota and something like that, because it is kind of stressful at the end of the day if you're not like really feeling Dota. I feel like losing Dota is just like, it shatters your like lifestyle completely. Like, I'm telling you right now, all the people that are kind of in top 8 right now in Dota specifics, like top 6, all those people that keep on losing, they don't feel good in life. They just walk around mindlessly hoping that they would maybe be the winners of the major or some shit like that. And everybody's kind of like very sad about it, because I don't know, this game does that to you. So yeah, I mean, hopefully I, start doing better. I don't know.
If there's a pattern that has been completed by you, that's that every single TI you get like one chance higher. Is this it? Is this the TI that you're gonna win, considering you got second last TI?
I mean, yeah, that's the pattern. But at the same time, this is maybe even a harder scenario of getting to TI than I've ever been in a sense, like. like how rough I went to Div 2. So basically, I've never been in Div 2. And that means that something is really hard to get to TI. I mean, if I get to TI, they're fucked. Okay, you know that's what I'm saying. If I get to TI, it's over, man. They will lose, man. They will lose to Gaben God. You know, the Gaben God of numbers. You know, the numbers will add up. But that's the problem. I'm getting to the really, really rough start right now. They really don't want it to happen, you know? Whatever the gambling gods are doing, you know, they don't want me to get in there because actually probably Valve is doing it because, to be fair, everybody's going to bet on me because they know I'm going to get first place and the whole world will explode and the banks will explode. So I get why this is happening. It's
going to be another world crisis with the banks, yeah.
Yeah, the math to be math. Hey, you said last time I interviewed you, Puppey, all the way at Last Chance Qualifiers, you said you've taken every path possible to TI. This is just another one from Div 2 to TI.
True. You are right about that. I haven't done that one. I mean, I haven't gotten one last place in TI. Literally the lastest of places. And losing Last Chance Qualifier. These are new placements that I haven't gotten. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't see any of those
other
ones.
Way.
Look, we'll see. But Puppey, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and congratulations again on this series win. You guys are looking great.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, what a fantastic interview from Puppey. He's just putting it straight. He's putting it out there. You love to hear it. You gotta check off all the placements and all the pathways because of the TI.